Hello and welcome to this pick a pile reading. Welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. So this one is the phase messages in relation to your finances. It's for the next fortnight or for whenever. I got this feeling like, okay, so the F's, they started flowing, right? So fairies, finances, but I got this feeling like it could just be whenever you need to hear it for, the message is in place for as long as you need to hear it. But then I also got the word fortnight come through. So take it however it comes through, however it resonates. And your timestamps are down below in the description, so you can use those once you've selected your reading. Option 1 is over here, and it has this newly made by me Money Mojo bottle with lime and salt and some currency. It's some like play money sort of currency in it. So this is option 1 right here. Ooh, look at that. The cork just popped right out on its own. Okay. Option 2 has this shiny gold 100 on it. And option 3 has the Fairy Fashion coloring book on it. Again, your timestamps are in the description. I'm going to move into option 1's reading with everyone selecting option 1. So pause the video now if you want some more time. Here we go. I feel like putting my bracelet on, so I'm going to... Okay. So you have Summer Dragon and Winter. You have Ivy, the Green Fairy, the Earth Element, the Water Element, Painting Poppies, Hummingbird Dream, and Chocolate Brownie Fairy. Ooh, my voice, there we go. Chocolate Brownie Fairy. So here's what I'm seeing so far with these. There's this message about making the most of the seasons and tapping in and working with the energy of the seasons. Summer and winter could be particularly active times for you, or there could be money-making opportunities, or maybe you, for whatever reason, wind up having more in your account during those seasons. The element earth and the element water here next to painting poppies, this is making me feel like y'all are probably rather creative people, or there's some potential there. Right brain activities, maybe painting specifically, or drawing or coloring, something artistic. And for some of you, it's like mimicking nature, right? She's painting flowers. But there's this message about combining the element earth and the element water in a way that can be fruitful. So really like tapping into your intuition, your artistic skills, your emotions, letting things flow through you, channeling some work, and like having this grounded element too, like taking good care of your health, the practicalities, maybe keeping your space clean, things like this, so that things can grow. Ivy, they can grow. Okay, and the Green Fairy. Green could be a powerful color to work with. Also, the element earth and the element water, they're encouraging you to work with these elements, especially in connection to your finances or your career. If you have a hobby you're looking to monotonize, these types of things. The Hummingbird Dream, and then the Chocolate Brownie Fairy. Some of you will find benefit in really small things, minute things. It could be talking about tending to the details. But I feel like it could be a situation where you get really inspirational ideas, but you need to write them down real quickly. You need to ground them, or they'll just flutter off on you, they'll fly away. It could also be something where you're working with small tools, or creating like mini things, tiny things. Okay, so I feel like a protective energy around your art, around your creations, whatever it is you're creating. And that includes like a sum of money. That could include plans, especially for the summer, for the winter time period. Yeah, I feel like there could be seasonal opportunities here too, that the Fae and the spirit guides are encouraging you to recognize and tap into and make the most of. Maybe it's like side hustle stuff that's specific to each season. You can only do it in the season, or it's more sought after in the season, more fruitful during those times. But it could be things like working with, the holidays, the winter holiday seasons, specific products and stuff geared towards these, or services that you could provide, things of that nature. So the chocolate brownie fairy tells me that some of y'all maybe have some culinary skills here. You can bake really well, or, cook well. That could be something you can monotonize, or just something that brings in a sense of luxury into your world, and can make you, more magnetic to money if that's what you need, what you seek. Just have a greater quality of life. So yeah, chocolate too is showing up as a magical thing to work with. So if you're craving some chocolate, um, looking at these cards, I'd say go for it. Maybe make your own stuff too. I feel like there's something here with. Well, let's get the other cards. Sacred space. Take time for the dreamer in you. Find your power in stillness. In your sacred space is the peace you seek. Okay. So, a number of you, like, money is about having peace and serenity, and beauty, like sacred space. So, find that within. Find it externally too. Create it. The ivy is like. The ivy is pretty cool because it can grow sideways, it can grow down, it can grow up, but it needs direction. If you want it to grow in a specific way, then you need to like put stakes in the ground and encourage it to grow upward if that's how you want to grow. You want it to grow, and I feel like there's a similar thing going on here with you, and maybe your money specifically. But it feels like you have this vastness, this well, or this ocean of potential and talent within you, and things to express, and it needs to be sort of directed or shaped, whether that's talking about working with somebody else who can help you do that, navigate the situation, or whether it's talking about you yourself doing that through maybe like healthy habits, scheduling, self-discipline, just like grounding the energy, in a way, and like directing it. Let's see what else we have. That could also be talking about money too. It's like if you want your money to grow, maybe it's about putting it in an interest-bearing account, or investing it into the right investments for you, or just there's a lot of different things where this could be coming in. And then also with the like growing sideways thing on the ground, it feels like there's some connection to travel or movement here with this. So let's see. Your style, my goodness, my throat, I gotta clear it before the next reading. Your style is known for miles. Your style is known for miles. Yeah. The ivy is like, I don't know that much about the plant. You could research the plant to learn more. You've also got tiger lilies and poppies showing up here distinctively. your style is known for miles, and with the ivy, it just feels like, I think ivy grows pretty quickly. And again, like, it can be all over the place. And this feels like you may really get in the flow, and you might get like really inspired or really motivated. You might work quickly, you might create a lot. Whatever it is, it feels like you've also branched out in a way, and your style is known for miles. So it's like your work, or you personally, your style, the way you dress, perhaps the food you make, maybe your style is recognized, like it's out there. Whether you realize that or not, this could be future energy as well. But I feel like that's a powerful message, and it brings with it, increased opportunities. There's this energy right in the start about things flourishing. There's this warm, flourishing energy, the summer dragon, and it's strong and powerful too, being a dragon. Transporting, upfront, direct, and blunt. Some of you may branch out in some way, or maybe you already do this where you transport some goods. So for example, maybe you have an Etsy store, and you ship products out. You could be involved in transporting, like moving, like that's your day job or something. You're moving other people's products from place to place, but that could fund other hobbies and things of importance in your life. Upfront, direct, and blunt. That's apt to be part of your style. You're upfront, you're direct, you're blunt, honest. The guides are saying honest in a sense. You're honest. Okay, what do we have? Dividing it up. Okay. So, dividing it up could be talking about dividing up a sum of money. It could be talking about dividing up products, dividing up your time. Yeah, because we get this, I get this organization message with the sacred space too. It's like if things are cluttered, it doesn't feel as sacred as if you do a nice cleaning and you mindfully place like things that you really value around you, or things that create the type of ambiance and sacred space that you desire. So for your home, for your office, for your meditation room, whatever it's talking about in your yard, creating sacred space is a power tool when it comes to money and finances and just quality of life and success in general. You also have dragonflies showing up as a spirit guide, so you can look more into that if you're inspired to expand your messages. I am drawn to the fairy here turning her back on something, the green fairy. So it feels like maybe that is you in a way, like you're turning your back on things that don't serve you or something. And the point is you're not only turning your back when you do that, you're also facing something, right? So it feels like it's talking about you facing the element earth and water here, and like creating from a place of love, putting your good feeling emotions, or putting feelings, emotions into things, using your supernatural abilities. Some of you are just being intuitive and mindful, and like bringing things into this world, this dimension. But also like tending to practical things such as food. Food's a practicality, right? Having clean environment, that's a practicality. So this is a really beautiful reading, guys. I feel like it's pretty well completed though, so I'm going to leave it here, and I will move into the next one. Many blessings. Bye-bye. Okay. Throat, come on. If you're listening, I'm just waking up. I haven't really even had much coffee, just a couple sips, so my throat's a little bit what it is. Okay, pile 2, those of you who chose this shiny gold 100, I'll put this over here. Let's see what you got. Power. Call upon the elements. Focus your intentions. The greatest dragon is within you. I'm really drawn to the 4 elements here. Yeah, it's like bringing things back to basics, simplicity, doing some sort of ritual, where you are calling on the four elements or you're incorporating the four elements could be really beneficial. It feels like a reset where you don't lose anything that you would want or intend to keep, but allows you to sort of recharge or power up. New food, get in line. Waiting in line, you're waiting in line for something. Viewing and observing art and repeat customers. Okay, let's see what the Fae give. Devotion, tattooed, the book fairy. Some of you might be authors, or your work might get published, or an article about you might get published. You might be studying right now, investing in school. Yeah, it feels like maybe you're editors. You work with books. Trespassers will be digested. The balancing act. The magic frog. This is also really pointing towards important knowledge, wisdom, but also knowledge, information that has been organized or you organize. When fairies go bad, the fire dance, and lighting the way. Okay. Yeah. Really gorgeous energies. Look at these things. This feels like there's a bit of rebellious energy in you. It's like you break the mold. You march to the beat of your own drum. Maybe you're a bit of an outcast or an outsider in some way. You could be into taboos or things that are not mainstream here. And I feel like there's maybe an energy of defending others who are like that, of having to set healthy boundaries with the dragon card there and having a good balance to make it work, to allow yourself to be your own unique magical self and magic to flow to you, through you, from you, and to kind of hop over, leap over the nonsense, the naysayers, or those who would try to pull you in and make, like, I'm hearing square peg round hole, like just have you hurting because you're the square peg and they're trying to shove you into the round hole. You don't have to do that. You're better than that. But I feel like there's sort of an equation, and there's knowledge and wisdom that you've picked up about how to navigate these situations and how to be successful. And you're devoted. Your devotion is of great importance when it comes to your finances, your money, your quality of life, and your life path. It's like when if and when you devote yourself to something, and you open yourself, you soften yourself to others who have differences, instead of being, judgmental, you're open to different perspectives, different ways of doing things. You get a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and you create a healthy balance here, which fuels things. In part, we could say that it fuels things. It's part of the magic. And so I feel like here we have when fairies go bad. This could be talking about how you deal with challenges, how you deal with mischievous energy, or maybe you yourself are mischievous, seen that way, right? A little bit saucy. It's like dancing with the game of life. It's like taking the energy and making it into something beautiful, or doing something productive with it. Okay. And this leads into lighting the way, which makes me feel like you are or will be some sort of role model, some sort of like lighthouse type energy here. You could be an instructor of sorts, a coach. Again, you might be an author. You might do tutorials or be some sort of teacher. Others, you could be a leader. Others look up to you. Or it's like you radiate and shine your beauty and your light and your authenticity and your devotion and everything in such a way that is admirable and then inspires others, and that kind of shows them by example the right way to go, the right things to do. So this is connected to your money and your finances and maybe your career, your life path here. Some of you could be tattoo artists. That's a possibility. Something similar. I'm getting like illustrators now too with the book Fairy. Somebody might write about you. People might write about you in the future. They already have. But yeah, it's really talking about like having balance between this area of your life and other areas of your life as well, and just internally having balance. And sometimes you need to burn off energy with the fire dance. Some of you might work with fire too. Maybe you make candles or you literally dance with fire. I've seen that, fire dancer. The devotion thing feels really powerful too as the leading card. I feel like you have people devoted to you, devoted to your cause, devoted to some sort of project. You might be involved in team projects here. Your finances could be connected to it, such as maybe writing a book or co-authoring a book. Maybe there's book tours. There's different people involved. But I also feel like this could be romantic. Okay, and just in general, people being like devoted to you, some sort of leader, they want to assist in the cause. It's important to them as well. So yeah, and I see quantum leaping being a thing for some of y'all too, in your journey. So let's see. Yeah, if you don't already have repeat customers, there's a way. I feel like there's definitely a way, a potential. And that's apt to be a thing. It's like you have those that get really devoted to you and are repeat customers and want to keep collaborating, working with you, or receiving your services or products. There could be a line even. I'm seeing like a book signing. People are waiting in line to do that. But it also feels like maybe you're waiting in line for something, whether it's a sum of money or it's food or it's certain products or just an opportunity or waiting in some sort of line. So yeah, back to basics with the elements. In closing, that's all I have for you today. Many blessings. Just you enjoyed it. Let me know with some feedback if you did and you'd like to do that. I appreciate it. Bye, pile 2. Okay. Option 3. Let's see what you got here. Option 3. Something underground, something below the surface connected to your pile. Let's see. New ingredient, add in, tips, donations, and bonuses. An odd source. Some money might be coming out of nowhere, coming from an odd source. You could be receiving some tips, some donations, some bonuses. Maybe this is energy that you've tapped into previously. It's also talking about doing something new, adding something in or putting in some sort of new ingredient into what you've already done. Just kind of spice it up or freshen it up. A method to the madness, wear and tear. Yeah. If it's not just for like adding some spice or freshening it up, there's a purpose, there's a reason for whatever this is. Okay, there's a method to the madness. Okay, and wear and tear. So what else? Rebirth. Yeah, some of you have gone through some things that have been challenging, that have maybe caused some wear and tear. Here you have rebirth. No matter what happens, you can find new wings. Rise from the past, accept the positive change that is coming. Okay, we have the Brat card. The Jewel of the Sea. Some of you may have been born into money. I'm getting, not everybody, but some of you, there was some sort of treasure. It's like buried treasure that's sitting in was or is sitting in an account for you somewhere, or like you inherited, or again, like you could have been born into money. The Brat energy and the Jewel of the Sea, discovery. Some of you may, oh, blind date. Let me get all the cards out. Get the full picture. Birth of Magic. The Moon Dragon. Rescued. The Sphere. And what are you looking at? Okay. So your reading's really talking about cycles. The Sphere and the Moon Dragon here have these, and it just feels that way. It feels like your money, your finances, you've experienced like cycles with it. There may have been times where you were provided for, you discovered some sort of treasure, got a large sum of money, and then there may have been times where you were discovering things, you were learning things, or you find money or resources here, there, over there. Things came in unexpectedly. Things may have come in through dating, or you're using money to date, possibly. And there's like these new beginnings. There's this rescued energy. So you may have needed to dish out money to rescue somebody, or you may have needed to be rescued yourself. You may have gone through some challenging times with the Moon Dragon, where it's like you're maybe in the dark, or you're afraid. There's secrets, there's the unknown. You could have gone without, again, like challenging times. And they're really pointing me to the cycles here. It's like, it's interesting. You also have strong water energy, especially Cancer, but it could be Scorpio or Pisces as well here. So I'm not sure if this is probably your energy. You might have Jupiter in one of the water signs, or one of your personal placements, or North Node. But it feels, I'm getting South Node too, but it feels like there's more to this. This is really interesting. Yeah, I'm getting like tantrums too, like throwing tantrums to get what you want, or to get money from somebody, or something like this. This could be like early. I'm just seeing like a baby crying a lot, or like somebody being bratty or throwing tantrums, needing to have things their way. The Jewel of the Sea. Some of you have actual money, whether past, present, or future, connected to the water, like literally connected to the water. You could actually discover some sort of buried treasure, or like you're a scuba diver. Maybe you've made money doing documentaries from the sea, or you are related to somebody who has, and you're benefiting from that. They've given you some money. This is shared money. There's some literal connection to the sea for some of y'all. It could be like a resource that's come out of the sea. Could be a movie or a book or something inspired by the sea. I'm not sure, but we've got that, and then we've got the night and the moon, so it could be astrological things as well. But ultimately, this is bringing us to the subconscious and the superconscious. So some of you, you have like psychic abilities, or your intuition is really strong. You have certain gifts that you can in part monotonize, or that you can use to help you discover where the money's at, and kind of walk through the darkness. Because I definitely get like a period in the cycles where you're blinded. You don't know what's coming, you're blinded, you're meeting people, you don't know what to expect. And this can be the energy of going on an interview too. Some of you might be approaching this where you're going on some sort of interview, or going out on a blind date. Possibly this person has money, or you have money already. But yeah, blind date energy could be like interviews, or just meeting people, not knowing, like, it could be where you're set up by friends, but I feel like the universe may do this to you at times too, to have you discover certain things, and to create magical experiences, to spark magic within you. There's a point to it. And it's like the beginning of a new cycle when you meet these other people, or this other person, the blind date energy. So you could just serendipitously kind of bump into people, meet people. Could be future customers, clients, people you collaborate with. Just it could be anybody. It could be anybody romantic. And again, it could be setup energy, like maybe interviews and things like that. But I feel like you really have a lot to give, a lot to share. You have a beautiful energy about you. And when you're open to discovering and learning more, and you can respect other people for what they're bringing to the table and how they can assist you, that really births something new that's magical. These connections are showing up as a thing of great value, and the interactions that come with them. It's like you're able to integrate things, become aware of more the moon dragon. But it's also talking about like not exposing everything to just anyone, keeping your secrets, keeping a confidence with yourself, with the moon dragon. And rescued, yeah. Okay, so if you're in need of money right now, you feel like you're in need of money, you're dealing with something like it's hard to navigate, maybe you don't have all the information. I do feel like here we have the rescue card. So I do feel like it's saying a couple things. Like, yes, assistance is on its way. Open yourself to receiving help and assistance and being rescued by the universe. This too shall pass. It's part of a cycle, the sphere. But it's also saying don't just do that. Don't just do that and sit there and wait to discover it. Like, do your best to rescue and save yourself too. Okay, so what are you looking at? Yeah, some of you could be like in some sort of investigative field, some sort of scientific field or analysis. I feel like mysteries are a thing here. Definitely, like, this is a pile of like learning or finding solutions to problems and discovering things that were previously unknown. Or it could also be like protecting certain secrets or confidential things. That Birth of Magic card with the moon dragon. Some of y'all have there's a connection to nighttime with your work, and or the moon cycles, but I'm getting like night energy. So maybe you work night shift, or you do your best work at night. Maybe this has to do with night. Like maybe you're destined to research the stars or the planets, or behavior of nocturnal animals, and somehow your finances, are connected to this. Yeah, because with what are you looking at, it really feels like you're yeah, in discovery there. It's like your energy is more of investigating and discovering the buried treasure, the jewel of the sea, the things, and these can be tangible things. These can be inventions. This can be like psychology, um, jewel of the sea. This can be things like emotional behaviors. This could be like discovering other people's talents. You could do some sort of coaching where you like, I'm getting like aptitude tests and stuff like that. The jewel of the sea. Birth of Magic. There's also some sort of connection to, you know, new beginning energy with the Birth of Magic energy, creating good starts or creating a new start in your life. The Birth of Magic is coming through. Like, you may be in a cycle right now, a part of a cycle right now where you're moving from Piscean 12th house energy into Aries energy. And so there's like this stuff that's unknown, that's still in the womb, that's unseen, that's happening below the surface. And that's okay. That's part of it. But it might make you feel a certain way. And then there's like stuff emerging. There's this new beginning energy. There's this transformation occurring. Okay, so I do feel like help is on the way. Again, we have rescued here. We have sphere here. So it's like movement occurring, definitely. Yeah, I get a lot of you might deal with human emotions in some way, getting to the root of them, or like how to make people feel better or get along better, creating solutions. That brat being the leading energy here. Move on. things of the past. You're very insightful. It's like you can see deeper into things than some people, or you have a special, like a keen sight or eye for certain things. And you can monotonize that, or you are monotonizing that. It's part of your path. Okay, some of you also might feel like it's like you're more comfortable behind the backstage or behind the scenes, out of the limelight. And so it's like, if you're trying to get your work out there and seen, it's a little bit tricky. Okay. Here we have discovery. So it's like, what are you looking at? I like to hide behind the curtains. But at the same time, you may have discovered some things or created some work that is meant to be seen, and you're trying to market it or whatever. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Remember that money, resources, help, assistance can come out of nowhere, can come from odd sources. And with your pile, I definitely see that as a strong possibility. It's like the universe is setting you up with someone or something. You don't know what it is. But you will discover if you just try to be open to discovering that, open to that. Okay. Really interesting read, guys. Feels pretty complete, though. I'm going to go ahead and leave your messages and your reading here. Many blessings. Bye-bye.